Good day everyone, this is Junaid Khan and I am a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. People are not getting over the fact what happened a couple of days ago in one of the Express Entry profiles. So the topic of this video would be, does IRCC check the social media accounts of the applicants? So if you have submitted an application, and IRCC does not really ask you in any of the forms if you have ever they would not ask you that if you like what is your Facebook account ID, or what name do you use for your Instagram or social media, any of the social media handles like US does in their application. So if you're applying for a US visa, they would ask you about your social media accounts, but Canada never done that. There's no forms I have seen so far where they have ever asked you about your social media accounts. But what happened a couple of days ago in 2025, one of the Express Entry applicant received a PFL, the Procedural Fairness Letter, saying that your application, the information you have given in the IRCC application in your Express Entry profile doesn't really match with your LinkedIn profile. So this has created a big chaos. People are actually booking consultation, calling me, messaging me, and other consultants as well, because this has created a chaos. Because now there are three types of questions clients or candidates are asking these days. Number one, does IRCC check or stalk you, basically check your social media handles, and are they even allowed to do that? Number two, we don't really update our profiles. So even me, I'm very lazy about updating my LinkedIn or updating any of my social media profiles according to what I have done or my competencies and all that stuff. So there are many people out there who doesn't really care about this, or who are not really updating their profiles, not LinkedIn or any other profiles. And the third question of people asking that, how is that gonna impact their applications because after this letter, because this is important, and what is going to be the impact, is going to be the major or the minor, or how people are going to respond to that. So the first question, the first thing we're going to come up to, that IRCC can check your social media. Like there is no question asked about it. So they can check, they can verify your social media and your application and trying to match. And this is what happened in this application. The applicant received a PFL that, okay, tell us about it. You were saying that, I'm giving an example, this is not mentioned in the PFL, that you were saying you are applying for the position of cook in this work permit application, whereas your LinkedIn profile shows that you are hotel manager or you are restaurant manager. So the employer could be same at that point. Maybe your job letter is from the restaurant, but the designations are completely changed. That completely changed the knock. Like you're applying for a cook knock, which is highly in demand right now, but your LinkedIn profile says that the actual employer is the same, but the profile says a different position. You are showing yourself as a hotel manager or restaurant manager, and then here you are showing yourself as cook. So this can happen, and then they can check, they can thoroughly check your profile, and they can ask you the question about it, which is what happened, that the applicant received this PFL letter. So the answer to the first question is they can absolutely check it. They can absolutely go back and they can check the history. They can check any of the social media handles if they want to, because it's not about they're making decisions based on that. I'm jumping onto the third now. It's not about they're making decisions solely based on that, like whatever you are putting out there. And if you have not upgraded your social media, that could cause a problem into your Express Entry or any of the profiles you're applying for Canada. But the contradiction is not supposed to be there, if it's updated. And this is how it works, because especially in the permanent residency applications, like I said in my earlier videos as well, in 2025 the scrutiny is getting stricter for all of the application, not just the temporary resident visas, not just the visit visas and study permits and all that. They are getting a bit stricter. The the leverage IRCC was given, in the last couple of years is not going to be there. So you have to be very specific about your application. The whole purpose of this PFL and the whole purpose of checking the social media and everything is that are you being truthful with your application? Are you being truthful that information you have provided IRCC in the forms or in online portals? So it all goes back to two things: that you cannot or you do not withhold any fact, whatever, about your profile, about your personal life, your work history, your proficiency, your education and everything. Plus, you are not misrepresenting yourself as somebody else, but you have been done some different activities in the past. So the whole circle goes back to these two things. No, please do not withhold any facts which are supposed to be there and which they are specifically asking. They're asking question about, have you ever been refused or denied entry? People try to hide this. Why? You don't have to. It doesn't really have any impact on your application. But when you withhold that fact, when you don't tell them right thing, yes, there is going to be misrepresentation. There's a ban for 5 years. Similarly, misrepresentation. You are something, you have done some education-wise or work history-wise, and then you are portraying to be somebody else. Consequence is going to be huge. I have not seen ban from Canada in the last couple of years, but in 24 and 25, a lot of people are getting it, especially on the visitor visa application. So you have to be truthful in your application. It all goes back to these 2 points, that whatever you're mentioning in your application, make sure it's true, and make sure you're providing IRCC your updated information when you are applying. And then express into profile, you always have access to upgrade your profile anytime. So if there is any change, any letter, whenever I receive any letter from the express entry profiles or PR applications, spousal sponsorship applications, every single letter came from the IRCC. Always have one information, that if there is any change in your information, your contact information, your address, your email, or any sort of change like that, you should inform IRCC, because they want to be updated with your information. And this is all about it. This is about your correct information. You're not misrepresenting, you're not withholding any facts. So they do check, and they can check your social media. How strictly they're checking it, I have no idea at this point, but this letter shows that they are actually performing these duties, checking the social media profiles. You don't have to lie about it. You don't have to get on it and then update it every day. Just making sure that whatever information you have put in your application matches your media profiles if you're running so. And if you're not really updating it, there is not going to be any harm in your application, specifically if you are going to apply now, or if you have done this before, or your application is already in process. It's okay. If you want to update it now, you can do it. It's all about giving the right information to the IRCC. Thank you very much.